shop got a new roof and all that. Now we just have to do the interior. House got a new set of clothes. The chimney is getting a new set of clothes as well. Gonna work on that tomorrow. And then we gotta go up there and do something about that little outhouse on top of the house there. And we had a big snow and blow. And it's melting so fast. What a mess. So, been doing some saws. And since I can't get up in the woods to get all this junk here, look at this. That saw came in with a error 13. And the common service tool said that the carburetor had gone full rich at low RPMs. So it had a leak. And in fact it did. It was a wiped seal on the PTO side, and you saw us put in some new bearings and seals in that saw. I think I'm going to post a vac test on it because I think that's good for people to see. The vac tests on these are a little bit different than the 372s and some of the more simplistic saws, just because of the complexity of all the holes and the straddle ports and stuff like that with these new saws. And I figure, okay, did the vac test, put in the new bearings. I've got another 550 we're going to do a more in-depth build on, showing you how to put things together. This saw came in sick, and I did some things to try to unsick it. Yeah, I put the flywheel on and pumped it around a little bit. It always goes back to 7. Seals up quite nicely. Look at that. I mean, it'll stay there for 20 minutes. So I know the saw seals up. By the way, for doing leak tests on the 550s, it's not as easy as on like the 372s and the simple saws where you just take the carburetor, and it's worth getting the shop tools. Now I made my muffler seal with an old bicycle tire and a piece of steel which I drilled, and was able to use the fittings from the Mighty Vac kit itself to plug the holes right there for the straddle. But that little plate right there, that's a Husqvarna shop tool for the 550s. While we're on the subject, that's the one for the 562, these plugs right here. I've got these around, but oftentimes it's just easier to make your own plugs. Where's that vacuum? Still at 7, huh? The Mighty Vac kit I got, I don't know, it wasn't that expensive. And this hand pump has both suction and pressure. A little valve you just turn right there, go from one side to the other. It's one of those things, I don't show this on video much, but it's one of the ways I sleep at night, is after I've done bearings and seals on a saw. It doesn't take a lot of time just to do a check. And I've gone through and changed all the lines, because sometimes these little things leak a little bit. And what you'll see is, if there's a problem with one of these guys, and actually Bob kind of turned me on to this, and I've seen it once. Didn't know what I was looking at until he made it clear. But if you start seeing that leak down a little bit, that line right there, or this one right here, might be the culprit, or it might be just the bulb itself, but it's worth looking into, and that'll confuse the saw. Is it still there? We're up to, what, 5 minutes? And I'm finding things to talk about. Still at 7 pounds. I guess I can change the angle of the camera and make it move, right? Well, where's that pressure? Oh, it's still there, isn't it? Right there at 7 pounds, it hasn't moved. There you go. Full revolution. Nope. That'll kill it. I'm not set up to do a video on this, but I don't know. What do you think? Do I stop this at 8 minutes or 10 minutes? I'm still back at 7 pounds. 8.5 minutes. That's enough. Vac test. It's already been on for 5 minutes. I've been wiggling on the flywheel. I figured after all that work, let's see what a happy 550 sounds like after it's gone through all that major reconstructive surgery. Put it right over here. So that's a happy 550. Starts first pull. You can get it warmed up, drop it right to idle. It doesn't bog or stall. Shut it off. It's a first pull restart. Goes right back to idle. There's no overrun at the idle like you see in some. But that's what a 550 is supposed to sound like.